Time for stories from nights out.
It's story time.
Story time.
Story time.
This one coming to you from Birmingham, as I imagine most of them will do, because that's our sort of
Yeah.
that's the nearest city to us where we can go for decent
If
clubbing,
not Birmingham, probably Stourbridge,
which is if you want some.
which is a town near. It's just on the outside of Birmingham.
Yeah, that's a last resort. That is there.
Yeah, Stourbridge is when you can't go to Brum.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
So.
But yeah. So this one, I've been thinking about this one quite a lot recently, since the lockdown, because this was the last opportunity that I had to go to our local nightclub, and I didn't leave my mate's uni flat where we were having pre-drinks because I was so battered. So, as it went from my perspective, we went to pre-drinks. That's fine. We, having nice sippy sip of the drinks.
It was a standard pre-drinks operation.
Yeah, like it wasn't like a massive flat party. It was just us lads sort of chilling out, drinking, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And our plan was to go out clubbing. I should point. This is my favourite club in Birmingham that we were going to go to as well. Out of the sort of ones that we would go to. And I had some drinks. We did go to a flat party. We got kicked out like instantly.
Yeah, we got kicked out of that one because we were being too rowdy.
But we just
Or did we
got
spill
in
a
there.
drink?
I think somebody spilled a drink, and they're like, "Right, you've got to leave." So
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even want to be there anyway. If that's the reaction, somebody spills a drink, you don't go, "Oh, you've got to leave." You go, "Way, you
Yeah.
dickhead!"
Yeah.
But
I think we were being a bit like we.
it was
we
me,
came
me and
in
you were
like,
chatting in the hallway. We didn't even make it into the kitchen.
No, I made it into the
Oh,
kitchen.
did you?
I think I took someone's drink and just started pouring it into my cup without knowing that it was their
Yeah, I
drink.
thought it was
Because
one
I asked that one of the girls we were with had a boyfriend, and I went to him. I was like, "Oh mate, can I use this?" He was like, "Yeah, okay." So I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
Pour it all in,
sippy sip.
and I think it wasn't
It wasn't
ours.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, anyway.
funny.
We
that.
go back to the flat. I remember getting a phone call from my mom, and I spoke to her for like 20 minutes. And then we went back into the flat. Then this is where my sort of memories start to get a bit blurry. So I remember coming out after my phone call, and no one was there in the flat. I'd just been left.
Well, I'll tell you. Should I tell you why you were left?
Probably because I was battered.
Well, no, right. We ordered an Uber.
Oh, did
Right.
I just go, "Oh, yeah, I'll be
For-
down in a minute, mate"?
No, well, there was 8 people for an Uber,
Mhm.
right? And the Uber was here, and before this I was saying, "Harry, you've got to get ready. The Uber's here in a minute." He's like, yeah, don't worry, I'll be fine. Just leave me for a sec." And you go into the kitchen, and then you come back out, and you're just like all over the place trying to go back in
Yeah.
to Harry's room and back into the kitchen and stuff. And I'm like, "Harry, just hurry up. We're gonna be late for the Uber, and I'm going to get a bad rating on my Uber score, right?" And then it got here. The Uber got here, and I was like, "Harry, like, are you ready?" He's like, "No, I'll just meet you there. I'll meet you in Snobs." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll definitely be there." And so we were like, "Okay, fuck it." This was all while I'd sent the lot to just go get the Uber and tell them to wait for me and Harry. And I was like, "Oh." So I was just on my own. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna leave him here. He'll get there. He's responsible enough to get himself there. He knows where it is." So I go to the Uber, and they're all like, "Where the hell's Harry?" I'm like, "He's a lost cause. He'll meet us there." So we get in the Uber, and we go, and I just don't see Harry.
So,
just doesn't
yeah.
appear in the club.
So the next thing I know is I've woken up at some time in the morning, probably about 6, 7, maybe 8. Nice lying. Felt pretty good actually. I'd had a nice long sleep. But I didn't get to the club. Long story short, and then I looked at my phone, and I opened the Uber app, and there was a charge for £4 because I'd missed a pickup. And it turns out what I'd done is I'd ordered one to get to the club, went into my mate's room, and just fell asleep. And then later we learnt that I'd done some cooking in the kitchen as well. Now, I should preface this. I don't like eggs, and I don't like sweet corn. But somehow, I tried to cook eggs, rice, and sweet corn in the kitchen. I burnt the ever-living shit out of these eggs. They were fucked. They'd burnt so badly they were stuck to the pan. It took me 10 minutes of scrubbing it the next morning to get it off, because it wasn't even my mate's pan. It was one of his flatmate's pan.
It was... Okay, I think I should interject here with my perspective.
It was
because
one of the exchange students' pans.
You are telling the story right, but I can tell it like from my perspective. So basically, me and Joe, right, our mate Joe, we get to the club with the other guys, but me and Joe for sticking together, and I had to find. I said to my girlfriend at the time I was going to meet her in Snobs, so I find her, and then I lose them. I think they just left.
Yeah.
And then it got to like 2:00, and me and Joe we'd had enough of like, you know, it was getting a bit boring for us just because we weren't that drunk. We probably had like 3, 4, not even 4 beers, like 4 drinks, 5 drinks each. So we're not pissed, and we're not we're not sober. We're just we're on a good wavelength.
Yeah.
So we were kind of a bit. If we were mortal, we would have stayed in the.
So that's the kind of wavelength you're on, where you're just chilling with your mates at the pub, just chatting about all sorts.
Essentially, yeah. So we felt like, let's just go. So we find because we obviously Harry Tate
time
syndrome.
That. I mean, you dropped his name out earlier, so it's fine. But
well, we won't say the last names. We just say the first name.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So Harry, our uni mate, goes to Birmingham. His flat was only occupied by our man here, right here. Okay. So we knew that we had to get the key. So I go up to the second floor, which is, in my opinion, the worst floor. And we get the key off him. And we get the Uber back to the apartments, and then there's a security guard.
Yeah. Now
right?
the security guards there. It's not difficult to get past them. Like the amount of times that I've turned up at that gate, completely drunk, just waving the key about, going, mate, I forgot my pass. Can you just let me in? He's like, mate, you got to remember it when you go. And I'm like, oh no, mate, I'm so sorry. Can you just please? I need to go to sleep. And like, you get in. Yeah, so like it's not difficult. It was this one night they decided they needed proof.
Yeah, this one night it was a bit more difficult than you just explained it. So me and Joe, we get to the gate, and the geezer's like, you got any ID, lads? And I'm like, well, yeah, but like, we live here, you know, we gotta say we live here. We've got the key. Can we just, you know, can we just go? And he's like, well, do you know the, like, how do you know? Like, he just doesn't believe us that we live there, and obviously we don't. But we try to convince him that we do, just so we can get in. And he has a look at the key, and he takes it off me. I'm like, shit, I no longer have the key. Like, he's got the power now. So he's like, all right, well, so you say your mate's in there, and I'm like, yes, our mate is in there. Because we didn't know you were in there, Harry. We didn't know you were still at the flat. So he was like, the security guard was basically saying, your mate better be fucking in there. And we're like, yeah, he's in there, don't worry. He said, what's the flat number? We said the flat number. Thankfully, we guessed it, and it was right. And he literally he escorts us to the door, right? Opens the door, he says, so which one's your mate? and we get in, and I open the door to Harry's room, and I just see this man right here pass the fuck out. Like, looks like he's dead. Like, just pulled him out of a coffin and slapped him on the bed. And we just look and we go, yeah, that's him. That's our mate who lives here. Because we said to the security guard, like, our mate who lives there is there.
The thing I should probably
we
clarify
saw you,
as
and we were
well.
like, yeah, that's him.
My
believed
name's
us.
Harry, and our mate's also called Harry, which might cause a bit of confusion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
There's...
we'll call him Syndrome because we've already explained.
So then we wake up the next morning, and yeah, it was a bad showing really from me. It was a poor performance.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Really got to up my game for the next time.
But I should
it was
clarify
all
that,
harmless.
like, even
nothing.
yeah, even if you weren't there, Harry, we would have found anyone in that flat and said that was our friend.
Yeah, well, I think only the 2 exchange students would have been in because I think the girls went out. So
yeah, so the exchange student, if we saw him, we would have been like, yes, that's our friend, and he doesn't speak much English, right? So even if he was like,
yeah,
you know, like, what's going on? We're like, yeah, that's our friend, and we would have like put our arms around him and be like, yeah, this is our friend here. You know, and the security guard's like, all right, fair enough. But it was so lucky that we found you just passed out on his bed. We just burst.
I was
into
really
laughing
looking
as soon as
forward
the
for that
security
night
guard
out
went.
as well. I was really looking forward to it.
You drove us
I
there
drove
and
there,
everything. I
drove
felt
back.
really bad.
Nah, it was fine.
But then
It's
we
my own
looked.
fault.
We went to the kitchen, and we just saw like a bowl of rice and sweet corn on the table. And we were like, who the fuck's cooked that? It must have been the exchange student. And then we look in the pan, and there's just some 2 fried eggs stuck in the pan. You can't like, they're just rock solid. It's like they've been quenched. It's like you've quenched hard steel.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that didn't end particularly well. But on the plus side, I didn't spend much money on that night out.
Yeah.
You know, you got to think positive. Other than the £4 for the Uber fee, which dreadful. my Uber score is in tatters, mate. But dreadful, really, really quite dreadful.
Yeah.
And then I think we had breakfast at like Frankie and Benny's or something, didn't we? And then we went.
No, you didn't.
Oh, did I not?
We did.
Did I stay in the flat drinking water?
We woke up.
Oh yeah, that would have been it. Yeah.
We woke up and you had the marks on your skin from lying on the beanbag.
Oh right.
Right. So you fell asleep on the beanbag because I got in and I was like, I'm not sleeping on a beanbag. I refuse to because I just hate them and I can't sleep very well on them. I always wake up really rough.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically squeezed in the right hand side of the bed while you were on the left hand side of the bed, taking up most of the bed because you're a tall bloke, right?
Did I get spooned?
And
Is
I'm
that
there.
what's going on?
No, I laid flat like this, and I'm pretty sure my wrist was like underneath my leg or something up against the wall because I woke up the next day and my wrist, oh my god, the pain. I couldn't move it anyway. It dislocated it, but it's alright now after like a month or something.
Fuck.
I just slept on it funny because I was squashed up against the wall.
Yeah.
But we woke up and then we couldn't wake you up until we got back from Frankie and Benny's. And you had you have a really hard sleep and you have marks on your face. You had that, and you just looked like death, man. It was so funny.
Oh god.